The Joe Rogan Experience.
There's a few other factors that are taken into consideration when people talk about longevity and health, and those are community, enjoyment, friends, loved ones, satisfaction with what you do for a living. How do you take those into consideration, and what do you think is going on with those?
Yeah, these things are definitely big. So all of these things, and it goes further than that. It extends to meditation and yoga and so on. Everything that relates to stress is very important in aging. It's even reasonably well understood that when you're in a stressed out state, you synthesize elevated amounts of certain hormones that interact throughout the body and in various ways accelerate the accumulation of these various types of damage I was talking about earlier. So it's no surprise that there's a mind-body relationship there. And in fact, so people often study centenarians, people who live an exceptionally long time, right? And why do they study them? Obviously because they want to find out what the tricks are. Unfortunately, it's quite frustrating because there's not a lot in common. Some centenarians are a little bit overweight, some centenarians smoke. It's not easy to actually figure out what they've got in common. But there's one thing that almost all centenarians have in common, which is nothing bothers them. It's not necessarily that they have had particularly stress-free lives. The thing is that when they encounter a stressful situation, they cope with it really well. And, the hormone levels, as I say, you don't get elevated.
Interesting. So the cortisol doesn't rise, adrenaline doesn't spike, they don't freak out, they don't lose sleep.
At least the spikes are more modest.
Yeah, so they don't lose sleep. They can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So it really boils down to the effect that's going on inside the mind and the body.
Yeah.
That's how the body's reacting to the stress. Do you meditate yourself?
No, I'm just chill anyway.
Well, you're also satisfied.
Well, that's certainly true, as I say,
Yeah, so you don't feel the need to...
So, at a physical level, I have a very stressful life. I spend my life running around airports and so on, but at a mental level, not at all.